Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the campus here at Salem High School in Salem, New Hampshire. You are watching us live on the Highlight Guy, Jason Roby, along with the Highlight Guy himself, Steve Cody, the man behind the curtain on the moving pictures. It is our Live with Liv minute here, pregame. And Liv, first of all, congratulations on that huge win over Rhode Island Power LaSalle. Talk to us a little bit about that game. That one was close all the way through.
Yeah, it was definitely a solid win and a solid road win for us. So, again, we're doing a lot of learning this year. One of those things that we're learning is learning how to win. And road wins, those are hard to get. So I was super proud. The first half, I thought we came out, we were okay. Second half, we really rallied, and I thought our energy coming into the third was just solid, and it gave us that boost we needed to get over that hump and kind of catch back up into the game and then take the lead. And I was just really proud of them.
We didn't get a chance to call that game, but one of the things that I've noticed is how you're kind of utilizing your bench. Those puzzle pieces are starting to come together during certain situations. Do the girls feel like they're starting to get some confidence in how the game would go?
Absolutely. I think confidence is developing, and I think they're just feeling better in execution, in terms of execution, right? Like offensively, defensively, they're noticing things string together for the positive, right? So they're doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. They're getting things done, and they're seeing positive results, which then I think in turn is just building that confidence and helping them a lot.
Well, you're going to need that confidence tonight. You are coming into a building where the Salem Blue Devils are 7-3.
Yeah.
They are kind of the talk of the state right now in terms of being the dark horse, maybe that fourth team, that fifth team. You've seen them before, but a little bit different team than when you saw them back over the holiday tournament?
Absolutely. It's funny you say that, Jason, because that was one of the things we talked about in the locker room. Like, recognize that, yes, we've seen them already, and we got a great win in a Christmas tournament, but recognize they're a much different team than they were, and they've improved. They're feeling confident. They're feeling good, but also recognizing that we're also a different team too. So I think we'll have a really competitive one tonight. The girls are excited. We're stoked, and we're ready to get after it.
What are you looking for tonight from your girls before I let you go? A couple of keys that you're really focusing on tonight in this one.
So our big mantra, as you obviously know, I think I've said it in every Live with Liv segment, we're always looking to
be the salt.
Be the salt.
Yes.
Jason got
it.
We're looking to be the salt. We want to enhance our team, make each other better regardless of what you're doing. You're doing something positive to contribute, right? That's thing number one. Thing number two, we've really been focusing on consistency. So right now, sometimes we're up here, we're doing things really well, things are going great, we're playing the best we've ever played, and then we have some pretty low lows. So we want to stay consistent in being and holding that high standard. So consistency will be a big one. Last thing, execution, defensive effort always.
Yeah. That is a sign of success if you can do those three things. Coach, I wish you the best of luck
Jason.
tonight.
Appreciate
Go
it.
get them.
Thank you, Steve.
Coach Liv Orlando getting ready to take on the 7-3 Blue Devils. This Bishop Guertin team comes in at 4-5. And we'll bring it up to this thing in one and thing two, and myself and Steve Cody here. It should be a great game. We talked about some of the similarities between these two teams. A virtual deadlock in terms of the Pinkerton game, how many points they lost to Pinkerton by. It was a Bishop Guertin loss to Pinkerton and a loss to Pinkerton by the Salem team by similar type scores. BG lost by 27, Salem lost by 24. Now, and you can call them blowout losses. You know that both teams had their people on the floor the entire time playing hard, and you can rest assured that Pinkerton never felt safe until that final buzzer sounded. So if anything is similar, these two teams have similar result against Pinkerton. This is also a Salem team that lost to Portsmouth and lost to Londonderry. Two of those losses for the Cardinals were to Portsmouth and Londonderry. So when you look at it, these two teams may be like looking in the mirror at one another. They met during the holiday tournament in Hollis. It was a Bishop Guertin team that beat Salem, but it was an abbreviated game. The clock was running. It was a little bit different time-wise, so it should be a great game. 8 minutes will be on the clock. Bishop Guertin in their visiting green uniforms, Salem High School in their white uniforms. I want to thank Athletic Director Scott Nsinga for setting us up here, the Athletic Director at Salem High School. He is a good man, and we're going to meet the starting lineups, but before we do, everybody, I want you to take a look at Coach Ricky Oliver's shoes. Those things, he is a rock star. He is the head coach of the Salem Blue Devils, but those shoes are $1 million shoes right there. not to be outdone, we'll look at Coach Liv Orlando's shoes. She's rocking some good footwear as well. So it's the battle of the footwear. We'll take a poll on the highlight guy. Which shoes would you rather have? All right, I digress. Okay, we'll see how many checks he's going to do. It's they shut the lights off at midnight here, so. So we'll be looking at the Salem kids. Lillian George is their top scorer, and Lindsay Getz and Gabriella Mosto, two of the players that we'll be focusing on for the Salem team. This Blue Devil team will go as those three girls go. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, it's really been a committee, a win and score by committee for this young Cardinal team. We mentioned that the magic number to make the tournament seems to be 7. Currently, the Salem Blue Devils have 7 wins. So if the season were to end today, this Salem team would be right there. Meanwhile, Bishop Guertin has 4 wins to go with their 5 losses. So this is an important game for this Bishop Guertin team. Let's meet the starters. Number 2, sophomore Maddie Long gets the start for Coach Orlando. Ayla Regan, number 10, she is a junior, is the other guard for the Cards. Holly Dufo, the sharpshooting freshman guard. Number 23, Jazz Rosario, another freshman, and she is the spark plug, the igniter of this team. Plays at 2 speeds, fast and faster. And lastly, number 34, Thalia Drapo. She does a little bit of everything. She is the one big that the Cards will start, but she can shoot it from the outside. Olivia DeFrancisco, number 1, a sophomore for Coach Oliver. Lindsay Getz, the aforementioned Lindsay Getz. She's a junior. She wears number 4. Number 14 is Michaela Burns. She is a sophomore. Lillian George, we mentioned she is the scoring machine for this team. She wears number 2. She's a junior. And rounding out the starting 5, another captain, Gabriella Mosto. She wears number 13. She's a junior. Ricky Oliver is the head coach. Liv Orlando, the head coach for the Cardinals. We'll take the pause here for the national anthem. We'll be right back with the tip after the anthem.
Before we begin tonight's contest, would everyone please stand, remove your hats, and help us honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we are ready to get underway here from the campus at Salem High School. It's the 7-3 Blue Devils hosting the 4-5 Cardinals. Jason Roby calling all of the action for you. The man on the moving pictures is Steve Cody, and you are watching on the Highlight Guy. And we didn't get a chance to do our Ask the Highlight Guy questions. So if you have any questions for the Highlight Guy, maybe we can answer them after halftime. You can send it to thehighlightguy.com. And if your question is asked, I don't know, what are we giving away, Steve? A couple $100? Sure, I got the nod. Ready to jump ball here at center court. It will be Burns against Drapo. And trying to figure out where we're all going to line up here. All right, here we go. Cardinals going left to right on your dial. Blue Devils right to left. Everybody's out of the circle. And we are underway. That one knocked over towards the Salem bench. Regan comes away with it, and she'll set things back up to Long at the point. They'll reverse the floor. This is Dufo. She gets caught with it, looking for a cutter. Gets it in Regan. Nice kick out. Drapo gets it. She'll use that pivot foot and then dribble back to the other side. Good motion offense here. Dufo. Drapo thought about it. She'll drive baseline. She'll go baseline. And the Cards have a 2-0 lead. Good dribble drive there by Drapo. Full court man-to-man pressure applied by the Cards. This is Getz. She'll hand it off to DeFrancesco in the corner. Shot. Yahtzee! Knocking it down from the outside there is Lillian George. Cards will have to account for her. She is the scorer. Got to be careful on the carry. The runner in the lane is up and everything but in. It was a good look for Long. No one underneath. Blue Devils will run. They don't have the numbers. Stop. Pop. No. It was a good look, but it hit backboard. Back the other way comes Jazz. She'll go behind the back. Cards will reverse the action. Dufo's not shy. Back iron, no. Rebound. Drapo went over the top to chase it down. And they're going to call white ball. Coach Ricky Oliver wasn't getting mixed up in that one. He was protecting those shoes, Steve. Ball comes into Getz. She'll be marked up by Regan. They come over the Blue Devil at center court. Oh, and establishing that pivot foot. It was close. Regan going to get called on a cheap one. Not the kind of foul you want to take. So that'll be Ayla's first, the team's first. Remember, the race is to 5. Once you get 5, you head to the line for 2 free throws, and that resets at the end of every quarter. DeFrancesco now gets the ball back up top. Blue Devils will reset. Getz, hands it off. Ball finds its way back into DeFrancesco. Little 3-player weave here at the top of the key. Getz once again looking for a backdoor cut. No. Mosto will clear. Burns now, left-hand dribble, and Regan comes away with the quick hands. She'll reverse direction. Crossover dribble there, marked up by George. Good battle here by these two. Dufo now, kick out. This is Maddie Long. She'll reset. Once again, no shot clock in the state of New Hampshire. Regan will fire from way downtown. Back iron, no. Drapo skies high. Baseline dribble drive, and a nice make there by Maddie Long. Cards have their first lead, 4-3, 5:39 to go here in the first quarter. Getz being harassed by Dufo, loses the handle, gathers it back, and a timeout called by Coach Oliver. Wants to talk things over. One thing about that is they left Getz to just kind of work on her own. Might want to set a screen for her coming up the floor so that she can get by that pressure. We'll see if that's the adjustment they make, kind of leaving it one-on-one situation. So it is a 4-3 Cardinal lead. Lillian George has a 3-pointer for the Blue Devils. Maddie Long and Thalia Drapo with dribble drives down the right side. One team foul on the Cardinals. That is Ayla Regan. So we'll see if they've made any adjustments and if they provide some help and maybe pick for the dribbler. They were going for the touchdown. So no pick. They'll let her bring it up. This is DeFrancesco. There's a backdoor cut. Long got back in the picture. And now all kinds of trouble as Salem has to try to gather themselves. They do. They'll reset top of the key. Getz now. Crossover dribble. Working on Drapo. Drapo gets beat on the dribble. Up and no good, but hacked in the act. Getz will head to the line for 2. That'll be Thalia's first foul. That's the second team foul on the Cards. As we mentioned, Lindsay Getz is one of those players that has improved her game markedly from a year ago. And as we mentioned, this is a Salem team that can make some waves. Acoustic Shadows here in the Salem gym. Nice shot there by Getz. She is in the book. She'll get a second. We are locked up at 4, gets his second opportunity, could give the Blue Devils the lead. Two out of 2 for the junior, and the Blue Devils will apply some full court pressure. Dufo handles it on the right side. Marked up closely there by Burns. She'll dribble drive to the elbow, hand off Drapo. Little 3-player weave. Only thing missing is the music from the Globetrotters. Long, Dufo, in and out, but another rebound there for Drapo. She's key on the offensive glass. Drapo goes up, no, cleans up her own mess, finds Regan who goes up and in. So Drapo doing work on the glass. 6-5 Cardinals. Burns now, left-hand dribble. Get out of my kitchen, and they're going to say no. Looked like a pretty good block shot from here. You'll watch that one back on the highlight guy. We'll let you decide for yourself. However, you don't get a say in the matter. So Burns will head to the line for a pair. That'll be Drapo's second foul. Michaela Burns knocks down the first. She'll get a second. So that 2-foul limit coming into play here as Gallagher will check in. Maggie, the freshman, provides very valuable minutes for Coach Orlando. Release, rotation, splash. Burns is in the book. And the pressure still being applied. Long, down the right side, finds Dufo. Dufo kick out to Gallagher. Gallagher at the elbow. Behind the back, razzle dazzle. A nice ball fake there. Gallagher now will drive into the paint. Thought she should have taken that shot. Long wasn't shy. She fired and another missed 3-pointer. Would really like to see the Cardinals establish some inside game. They've got a bit of an advantage there. Around and out, but an offensive board taken there. And good battle on the glass by number 13, Gabriella Masto. And she'll head to the line for 2. That foul is going to go against Maggie Gallagher. That's her first foul. So the bigs for BG finding the sledding a little tough here in the early going. Masto knocks down the first. She'll get a second. Blue Devils are perfect from the line so far. Oh, I know. You're going to say I jinxed her. Prove me wrong? Oh, goodness. All right, I'll take that one. Man, had to open my mouth. Long. One of these days, someone's going to prove me wrong. Jazz now. Waiting for her to establish herself a little bit. She'll reset the offense, quarterbacking from the Salem Pride insignia. And Jazz goes up and under, and that's what the Cards need to do. Dribble, drive, go to the hoop, and get some foul calls. That one is going to go against Lindsay Getz. That's her first. The team's first. Jazz will head to the line for 2. Things will get really quiet. Jazz knocks down the first. Checking into the game here is number 5, Nicole Ringdahl. She will take out Olivia DiFrancesco. She's met by her teammates, and she'll have a seat at the end of the bench. Second shot for Jazz. 2 out of 2 for the freshman. Tied up at 8. Good quick hands there, and it went out of bounds off of Lillian George. So the pressure provided by Long will give the Cards the ball back. Sideline out of bounds play. Go over the top, and that one nearly stolen. Jazz comes back away with it. They have the numbers. If they dribble drive, no. And now they continue to circumnavigate the globe. Dufo goes up, gets hacked in the act. And that right there, my friends, is the recipe for success. You've got to go to the hoop. You've got to initiate contact. You've got to get freebies from the foul line. And if you don't think that's the case, ask Salem, because they are 5 out of 6 from the free throw line in the first period. Dufo misses the first. She'll get a second. Ball rolls around and friendly touch, friendly visiting rim. Cards come away with another steal. This is Dufo. They don't have the number, so they'll set up Regan looking for the skip pass, little reach in. Regan would have been better served to skip it across the way to Jazz. As it was, the turnover is created, and there'll be a foul call, and it's going to go against 23 or 2. We'll see. They're going to give it to Maddie Long. That's her first personal, but more importantly, that's the 15th foul on the Cardinals. I think they have that. Oh, they got it right now. Okay. Originally it said 2. And the Blue Devils take the lead there. Regan at the elbow, kick out. Cards will set things back up. Regan's not shy. In and out. Back the other way comes Salem. And once again, that three-point shot not falling for the Cards. They've had their success going to the hoop. I know I sound like a broken record. And a miss underneath. Rebound gathered there. Kick back out. Fired way downtown. Yahtzee! And a three-point make there for Ringdahl. And a full timeout called here by Coach Orlando. And I missed those last 2 free throws that Salem got, trying to figure out who made those last 2 free throws for the Blue Devils. Not sure if we have a number there. I know there were 2 made, but I don't know by who. Could have been Lillian George, the Salem folks providing some information for us. We'll give them to Lillian, sure. So 13-9, Salem. Unofficial book here. It's probably Lillian's brother that told me. But 13-9 Salem Blue Devils, and every time the Cardinals have gone to the basket, they've come away with something. They've come away with a layup. They've come away with some free throws. When they chuck it from the cheap seats, you know, they're finding that the shot's not falling. So I hope Coach Orlando is telling these young ladies, listen, dribble drive, go to the hoop, make something happen. They're skilled enough to do it. Regan to do the honors just in front of us here. And they'll get it into Long in the backcourt, and she will work against Mosto. Mosto gets a pick set on her, fights her way through it. Ball comes across to Dufo, and clearly the message was not the one that I had. Back to Dufo, now Long, and an air ball on that three-point attempt. Good hustle there by Jazz. Unfortunately, she was on the baseline. Now checking in, Kylie Oliveri will check in and give Michaela Burns a rest. That ball comes in. This will be George. Right-hand dribble. 2-on-2 right here. Good help defense there. Jazz got her foot in the lane, a little kicking call. So Lillian will do the honors from our side just to the left. 4 corners employed here. Over to the baseline it goes to Ringdahl. Ringdahl will use the right-hand dribble and set things back up with Getz. Dufo marking up Getz. Nice crossover there. Little backdoor cut. Going to the hoop is Ringdahl. No, that ball gets knocked around. Jazz doesn't have the numbers, and she'll force it into Gallagher, and again. Gallagher gets hacked in the act. She'll head to the line for a pair of free throws. We'll see who that fouls on. It's going to go against Lillian George. That's the junior's first, the team's third. Salem already in the bonus. Gallagher knocks down the first. Amelia Murray will check in and give George a rest. 1:46 to go here in the first quarter. 13-10 Blue Devils. Back iron, no. Great job of tipping it out by Regan. Jazz, bounce pass. Long thought about it, but they do a nice job. A little dribble drive, and again a dribble drive, and there it is. Great job by the Cardinals and taking it to the hoop. Murray now working against Long. She'll reverse direction and find Getz. Getz surveys the scene, calls out the play, looking for some motion here. Pick on ball, she'll step back. Ball comes over to Ringdahl. Ringdahl harassed there. That ball stolen by Jazz. She's off to the races. She is a lefty. She goes up with the left, gets hacked, and will head to the line. And that foul will go to Amelia Murray. That's her first, the team's fourth. Rosario knocks down the first. If you were looking to take a nap, this would be the place. Anytime there's a free throw, just close your eyes. This free throw brought to you by Goodnight Moon. Rosario, shooter's touch there. And BG has taken a 1-point lead with 1:02 to go here in the first quarter. This is a good one, just like we would expect. Pressure comes. Salem answers. It goes into the backcourt, and it'll be a backcourt violation. Getz had to pick it up as Dufo was closing in. So Cards will get the ball. 52.2 seconds. If I was a betting man, I would say the Cards will not hold for the last shot. Nice little backdoor cut up and a little too much mustard on that hot dog. Found her angle too deep, did Gallagher. Ball kicked out. This is Murray. She's not shy. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound there by Getz. She'll go up strong and answer. That was Mosto. And she's got 3. Long now being harassed by Mosto. And she has the penetration into the hoop and just misses it. The lane was wide open. It was a good look. Couldn't get it to fall. 11 seconds. Great move there around Gallagher. Another effort coming up just short. 3 seconds, 2, 1. And that ball will go out of bounds. It'll be whistled dead, but time has expired. Your score at the end of the first quarter, it is the home team, the Salem Blue Devils, 15, and the visiting Bishop Guertin Cardinals, 14. Jason Roby calling all of the action for you here on the Highlight Guy. The man behind the moving pictures is Steve Cody. I want to thank you all for watching here. Are you an athlete or the parent of an athlete looking to play sports in college? The Highlight Guy has helped over 100 athletes get recruited. We create highlight videos that help you get noticed by college coaches. To see our work, go to our YouTube channel or visit thehighlightguy.com. That's thehighlightguy.com. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or commercial property? Contact Deb Cody at Keller Williams at 603-689-6025 or email her at dcote, D-C-O-T-E, at kw.com for a complimentary comparative market analysis. Licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and now Massachusetts. Let Deb Cody go above and beyond to help you realize your real estate goals. And I'll say it again, Steve, complimentary comparative market analysis. Those are some pretty big words there, my friend. All right, Cardinals talking about it in the huddle. It was Rosario with 4 points, perfect from the line, 4 for 4. Drapo had a bucket, Dufo with 3. Maggie Gallagher with a point. Ayla Regan with a bucket, and Maddie Long with a bucket. On the other side of the ledger, Lillian George with 4. Getz with 2. Ringdahl with a 3-pointer. Mosto with 3. And Michaela Burns with 2. And we are just about ready to get things underway for the second quarter. It'll be Blue Devil ball. Right in front of us here, Lillian George to do the honors. Long will guard the inbound. Goes into the backcourt. This is Getz working against Dufo. She has a lane, and it was a good dribble drive kick out. Long got the rebound there. Long finds Pizzetti. Pizzetti goes up, and Pizzetti puts it in. Now, Pizzetti, not known much as a scoring threat, more of a defensive stalwart, but she runs the floor as good as anyone, gets rewarded with the hustle. And speaking of hustle, back the other way come the Blue Devils, and they can't get that one to go. Jazz now working down the left side, gets bumped into. To the baseline it goes. Regan will drive. The runner in the lane is no good. Pizzetti tried to get a hand on it. It went off of her, and it'll be Lillian George to do the honors for the Blue Devils. Full court pressure here provided by the Cardinals. We'll see how the Blue Devils handle it. Getz working against Dufo. Dufo got to be careful. Don't want to get beat off the dribble and create a mismatch at the bucket. Good patience shown here by Coach Oliver's Blue Devils. Oh, and a cheap one called there. And that one is going to go, I think, against I don't know who it's going against. I thought it was against Jazz, and it was. So that's her first, the team's first of the second quarter. You see there the fouls reset themselves, so the race is to 5. George. And it's not a race you want to win, I suppose. Into the corner, way downtown, no. Offensive rebound and a battle under the bucket. It's going to be called on the floor. Good work on the glass by Mosto. She brought her Windex and her Bounty paper towels and cleaned up that mess. Ayla Regan will get called for the personal. That's 2. Getz now, top of the key. Looking for a backdoor cut. Doesn't have it. They'll reset. Find George. Crossover dribble Murray. Good defense. At the high elbow it comes. This is Mosto. Fired from way downtown. No. And I think the foul is going to go against Salem. And I think it's going to be Kylie Oliveri. We'll see. It is her. It's her first. It's the team's first foul of the second quarter. We'll have some substitutes coming in here as DeFrancesco will check back in and Mosto will head to the bench. Regan will head to the bench. Gallagher back in. Pizzetti finds Dufo on the baseline. She lost her dribble, bounced past the Jazz, led her nicely. Jazz will reset, little crossover dribble, kick out. Dufo thought about it. Instead, drives to the hoop, and that is the moneymaker. Dribble drive, ball fake, dribble drive, ball fake, dribble drive. Fired way downtown, no. And a good rebound there by Gallagher. Jazz will run. Baseball pass goes to Dufo. And they find Gallagher, and once again a foul going to be called, and that's going to be Oliveri's second. So the Cards have found the recipe here. Feed the post, feed the post, feed the post. Ringdahl and Burns will check back in for the Blue Devils. Over the top it goes. Long to Gallagher, to Pizzetti. Pizzetti! Through the bucket it goes. Pizzetti confetti. 20-15 Cards. Their largest lead of the game. Crossover dribble there by Getz. Fired way downtown. No. Rebound going over the top was Burns. Jazz comes away with it. She's on the left side. And it was a good hustle there by Lillian George. Not sure if she blocked it. Oh, and another steal there, but gathered back. Hitting the deck hard. This is Pizzetti. And there's a bit of a scrum going on here. The runner, pretty raindrop. The runner in the lane by Jazz Rosario. Teardrop falls, 22-15 Cards. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. So you have to like what you're seeing. The Cardinals are driving to the basket. And for the Blue Devils, some tough luck there as they've had some close looks just not fall for them here. And the officials letting them play just a little bit in the second quarter. There's been some rough and tumble action on both sides. As I'm reminded, I look at the Football Division I State Championship banner up there. There's one from 2009 where the Blue Devils beat my Nashua North Titans 28-21, and one of the best catches I ever saw. And that was before the days of Wyndham High School. The kid that caught that 50-yard bomb would have gone to Wyndham. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts. But it was a great game, 28-21, Salem over Nashua North. No, I don't think about it that often. All right, 22-15. 22-15, Cardinals with the advantage. 5 minutes to go here before the half. I'm going to go cry myself in the hallway at halftime here. Lindsay Guertin now, left-hand dribble up the left side, marked up closely by Dufo. She'll get it to George, and they'll reset. Hand it off to Murray. Jazz marking her up. Oh, nice move there. And a kick out. Burns loses her dribble, looking for some help. Able to find George, and George isn't shy. She knocks one down from way downtown. 22-18 now. And I like the fact that the Blue Devils apply some pressure in the full court. And they're going to call an offensive foul against Holly Dufo, player controlled. Clearly it's a moving pick. So 22-18. Salem got to get the ball in, and they do, falling out of bounds, heads up play, but Jazz was wise to it. She was backing up. She knew they were going to try and throw it off her legs. Jazz to Pizzetti. Pizzetti got to be careful not to carry that ball. Goes up and too hard off the glass. Got to be in control. Murray to Getz. At the elbow, she'll, oh, pretty crossover there. And a teardrop of her own by Lindsay Getz. And she has 4. It'll be interesting to see if the Cardinals employ any zone defense here in the second half. They run that 1-3-1. We'll see what happens. Pizzetti, crossover dribble to Gallagher. Gallagher will drive. Oh, keep going to the hoop. Jazz, no, rebound. Pizzetti battles for it, hits the deck. 4 wings and 2 horns converge, and possession will go to the Cardinals. See what I did there, Steve? Cardinal wings, Blue Devil horns. All right. Gallagher, all the way back up top, Dufo. The runner, and just not a good angle. Pizzetti, don't put the ball on the floor. Pizzetti, oh, between the legs! And they're going to call a travel on Pizzetti. You'll watch that one back on the highlight guy. Pizzetti bounce pass between the defender's legs. It was like an And One Presents mixtape tour. Kick out. Downtown. No. Jazz jumps for the rebound. 22-20 Cardinals. Dufo thought about it. They get it back to Pizzetti. Crossover dribble at the elbow. Kick out to Jazz. Ball fake. Looking for a screen. Doesn't get it. Pretty run there. Nice rebound. And again, just finding themselves too deep under the basket. And the first time the Blue Devils run in transition. Cardinals fortunate there, and a cheap one going to get called against Ringdahl. Never want to foul 94 feet from the basket. But the transition defense was an issue on that last one as the Cards didn't get back, and they're fortunate that the layup was missed. The angle to the bucket has to be changed by the Cardinals. They're finding themselves too deep on the baseline. That's what you want to see. And they could, and I'm going to tell you something right now. They could do that all night long if they wanted to. And if I'm the Cardinals, until you can stop that, I'm going to continue to do that. Gets between the legs, right-hand dribble, goes baseline. Good help defense there, and Gallagher can't believe it. It was good help defense, but Gallagher's going to check in with Coach Orlando, and she's telling her exactly what she did. Just keep your hands straight up and don't reach in. 2 free throws coming for Lindsay Getz. Getz calmly knocks down the first. She'll get a second. She has 5, looking for her 6th. Back iron, no. Rebound battled for. Pizzetti will hit the deck. Long comes away with it. Cards had the numbers. Jazz, left-hand dribble. They'll reset, and we'll see if they try to get Gallagher back on the post. They do not. They'll skip pass it across the way. Way downtown, ill-advised shot there, but Pizzetti cleaning up the mess. Dufo goes in the land of the Giants, and she'll get hacked in the act. So Dufo's going to head to the line for a pair. And they're going to say that one was on the floor. So over the top it comes. That was Ringdahl's 3rd personal, by the way. And dribble, and again, you see how deep she's getting? Got to get yourself to an angle where you can use that glass. Fired, mid-range jumper, no good. Offensive rebound and a good one by Getz. Fired way downtown again, no. No one boxed out Burns. And Mostow will check back in, and Ringdahl will head to the bench with those 3 fouls. Each team with 4 team fouls. Next one will send them both to the line. We've got a good one here from Salem High School. Down in the low block, and a great job by Jazz. She's given up about 4 inches on that one. Fired way downtown, no. Back iron, Long comes away with it. She pivots, and she'll run. Pizzetti. Left-hand dribble to the elbow. She'll spin in the lane. Back to Gallagher. Gallagher will force the issue. Dufo, right-hand dribble, back to Long. Gallagher finds a pick on ball. She goes into the paint. Pretty move there by Gallagher. And she's got 5. 26-21 Cards, 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Dribble drive, good help defense. Little kick out, no. And it was a good look for Burns. She just a little short on the release. Kick out. Pizzetti. 3-point shot, not her shot. And the Blue Devils will run. Got to be careful there. And that foul is not a good one because it's going to be the 5th team foul. Even though it wasn't in the act of shooting, it's going to result in 2 free throws. So that is just a matter of understanding where you are on the court, where you are in the game. That foul is going to go against Pizzetti. That's her first. Knocking down the first shot is George. She has 9. Around it goes. Pizzetti clears the glass. She'll reverse. There's 10 seconds. It finds its way into Long's hands. 6 seconds, 5. Jazz way downtown. No. Rebound, bounces around, battled for, and that's going to do it for the first half of action. Your score, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals 26 and the Salem Blue Devils 22. You are watching the highlight guy. Jason Roby calling the play-by-play and color commentary. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. 8 minutes on the clock. We'll take this halftime break, and we'll be right back with some stats and some commentary for you in just a bit.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Hi, my name is Deb Cody and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I serve both residential and commercial clients in New Hampshire and Maine and work with an amazing team of KW colleagues and affiliate partners to help you achieve your real estate goals. In 2022, I ranked in the top 20% of 700 plus agents within my brokerage. I was nominated this past year to serve on the Agent Leadership Committee within my firm and have enjoyed giving back to my colleagues and local community. Are you curious to know how much your home may be worth in today's market? Reach out to me today and I'd be happy to run a complimentary comparative market analysis for you.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare. All right, welcome back to the campus here at Salem High School. You are watching on the highlight guy. Jason Roby calling all of the action for you. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures, the man behind the curtain, the wizard. It is a 26-22 Bishop Guertin advantage. It was all that and a bag of chips in the first half as these teams went back and forth. Guertin with a 4-point advantage, and a lot of it you can find at the free throw line. Salem was 9 out of 12 from the charity stripe in the first half, and Bishop Guertin was 6 out of 8. So you see how important it is to make those free throws. It was a team that saw multiple scores for Guertin as Drapo had a bucket, Rosario had 6, Dufo and Gallagher with 5 apiece, Reagan with 2, Long with 2, and Pizzetti with 4. On the other side of the ledger, Lillian George led the Blue Devils with 9, Getz had 5, Ringdahl with 3, Mosta with 3, and Burns with a bucket to round out the scoring. It'll be Blue Devil ball. It will be Lindsey Getz taking the ball out of bounds. Cards will pick up man-to-man. And it comes into George. George, the left-hand dribble, marked up closely by her number's sake. Ball comes into the low block. Kick back out. Getz, spin move, baseline. Good help defense. Drapo came over. They skip past it across the way. Back up top to Burns. One dribble and stop will find George. She's not shy. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound there for Mosto. She'll head to the line for a pair. And that foul is going to go against the Cardinals. It's Maddie Long. That's her second personal, team's first. Nice make there for Mosto. She'll get a second. And the success from the free throw line continues for the Blue Devils. Long now, waits for the pressure, crosses over. Picked up in the half court by Mosto. Jazz with the ball, left-hand dribble, will get a pick on ball. Drapo will roll, going up strong. Ball was blocked, banished from the kingdom of hardwood. And Cards will take the ball out of bounds. Dufo to do the honors, comes over the top to Long. Long skip pass, nice job to Drapo. She never looked at the basket. Oh, she was wide open. There was nobody there. Tough love, Steve. Just calling it like I see it. Ball comes in to Getz. She will work against Dufo. Kicked out there, DiFrancesco. Ball fake to the elbow, kick back out, DiFrancesco. Good player-to-player defense, good pressure applied by the Cards. Good help defense by Dufo, but coming away with it, up and in, and a good make there by Mosto. And she has all 4 of the Blue Devil points here in the third quarter. We are locked up at 26, 6:47 to go. Reagan, skip pass across the way, another three-point shot from way downtown. Yahtzee Dufo for 3. 29-26. That's the first three-pointer made tonight for the Cardinals. On the low block it goes. Up and under. Back to DiFrancesco. Get it across the way to Getz. Getz looking for help. Finds it in the high post. Little kick out. Downtown, Burns, no. Jazz battles for it. Regan comes away with it. So a good job on the glass by the young Cardinals. Regan, she'll go right to the hoop. Way up off the top of the glass, missing the layup. Cardinals have probably missed 6 layups tonight. Maybe more. Downtown, no. That ball comes back, and it will be Cardinal ball. I thought maybe Jazz touched it, but referee was standing right there. So it's a battle of the footwear here tonight. Coach Oliver, Coach Orlando, something has to give. Play from across the way, and no good there. Regan will run it down. It was a design play for a 3. Losing her dribble, they'll reset. Pick on ball, a little pick and roll action, and that's what they need to do. Thank you kindly. Dahlia will go to the basket. Coach Orlando giving Maddie Long some props. She delivered that pass. That'll be Mosto's first foul. Someone's going to take the lid off the top of that basket. Marinelli will check in. Heading to the bench is Burns. Drapo will get a second. 1 out of 2 for the sophomore. 30-26 Cardinals. This is George. She'll bark out some plays. Harassed there by her number's sake. Ball gets skipped across the way. DeFrancesco's not shy. That Rainmaker hits nothing but glass. Back out it comes. Bodies hit the floor. We got a jump ball. And it should be Guertin ball because Salem got the ball to start the second half, I thought. Perhaps I'm wrong. Yeah, they're going to talk. I think they're going to talk this one over. It should be Guertin ball. A little commentary going on here. It should be green ball. It looks like they're going to give it to Green. That's the right call. Possession. Salem had possession to start the second half. I'm going to talk loud enough so they can hear me. Salem had possession to start the second half, so it should be Cardinal ball. The arrow is pointed in the wrong direction. They got it right. You know what? And good for the referees. They talked it over. They figured it out, and that is the right call. You'll watch it back on the highlight guy. You'll see. Now, if I'm wrong, my apologies. I don't get a vote, Steve. Regan, crossover dribble up top. It only counts if they come away with something. Drapo, skying high for that one. She'll get the ball at the foul line. Spin move, fighting on the pressure. Had a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way, but as it is, she'll head to the line. That foul will go against DeFrancesco. That's her first, and that'll be the second on the team. Drapo heads to the line. Back iron misses the first. She will get a second. Got to make your freebies. One out of 2 for Drapo. Nice make on the second one, and she has 4. Full court pressure now applied. Full man pressure, I should say. Or player-to-player pressure. George on Long. Underneath it went, and they were looking for the backdoor cut by DeFrancesco. Regan stepped in the passing lane, finds Dufo, jazz dribble drive. The lane is shut down. Gets it over to Long, go to the hoop. Downtown, Rainmaker Yahtzee. And now that pressure ball is stolen. Long will set up. Drapo thought about it, got it over to Long. She's not shy. No, rebound taken by Jazz. Battled for amongst 3 Blue Devils. And a timeout and a 30-second one by Coach Orlando, and that is a good call by the coach. Calm the girls down, run a play, a set that will prove to be beneficial from a scoring standpoint. 34-26 Cardinals. 8-point advantage here in the third quarter. Jason Roby calling all the action for you on the highlight guy. And boy, we got some good spots coming up for you on our next time out. We're going to talk to you about Bouvier Prepare. But things got too exciting here. It was only a 30-second timeout, Steve. I was busy coaching the team from my spot high up here in the bleachers. Long will take the ball and pass it into Jazz. Jazz, left-hand dribble, surveys the scene. 4 corners employed by the Cardinals from the box. Drapo goes strong. A little runner in the lane is no good. Couldn't get it to go. She saves the ball. There's a hustle play there. Jazz kicks it back out to Dufo. Crossover dribble at the elbow. And they're going to call a travel on that one. Her hand was above the ball, but the feet were just kind of moving. DeFrancesco now gets the ball over to Ringdahl. Ringdahl cut off by Dufo, and back up top it goes to Murray. Little motion offense now employed by the Blue Devils. Way downtown, Yahtzee! That one was shot from the parking lot. Amelia Murray is in the books. Regan, back iron, no. And they're going to call that one on Drapo. So that'll be her third. The balcony Muppets are alive and well here at Salem High School. 34-29. Cardinals. Man-to-man pressure being applied. No pick for the ball, and they'll let Getz do it by herself, and she does. Now there's a pick. She'll go the other way. Teardrop in the lane. No. Jazz skies up and takes the rebound. 2:54 to go, third quarter. Jazz between the legs. She'll set back up and cross over again. Dufo will drive baseline. She's too far under. Got it up to Regan. She'll cross over at the elbow, spin move. Little two-player game there. And just not in the flow of the offense as back the other way comes Getz. Murray, she'll take one from outside. Everything but in. Back the other way comes Jazz, being marked up by Getz. Behind the back, she thought about it. Long right-hand dribble. Back to Dufo, she's at the elbow. Nice ball fake. Jazz, little delay, kick out. Drapo, no. And the three-point woes continue for these Cardinals. They have 2 of them. They've probably taken 22 of them. Pizzetti will check back in. Drapo will head to the bench. 34-29 Cards. And that one thrown away. She was throwing for the backfield shoulder or backcourt shoulder, and it was just beyond her reach, and that was because of the pressure defense by Guertin. Regan now working against George. She'll cross her up, gets to the foul line, finds Pizzetti. Pizzetti will drive the hoop, and that's a good look. Offensive rebound gathered in there, harassed underneath was Getz. That'll be the 3rd team foul. It'll be out of bounds play. And that one is going to go against Dufo, I believe. It'll be her 2nd. But what Pizzetti did there, she had a lane and she drove to the basket. And giving up the baseline. And they're going to call an offensive foul. No, they're going to say she stepped on the baseline. Okay. So a tough call there. And pressure coming. But you see, the Cards stay back and help. 3-on-3. Dufo, crossover dribble. Loses her dribble, finds Pizzetti in the corner. Pizzetti will drive, and again, and a three-point opportunity coming up for Pizzetti. Pizzetti, known for her defensive prowess, is driving to the basket. And at the very least would come away with free throws. As it is, she'll get a chance to complete a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Back iron, no. Rebound taken there by Murray. Way downtown, Yahtzee. 3-point shot for Caroline Case. And she's in the books. 36-32. Pizzetti again. She was going to go to the hoop. Thought better of it. Dufo from well beyond the arc. They'll set up in the half court. Jazz now by the horn of the devil. 40 seconds and counting. Jazz, left-hand dribble. Backdoor cut wasn't there. Pizzetti is there. And that ball goes off of her. Case to do the honors. Cards will fall back and pick up at the half court. Dufo will mark up Getz. And pick in the pocket was Dufo. See if she goes to the hoop and forces the issue. I like it. Holly Dufo goes hard to the bucket. And turnover here, so the pressure gets to the Blue Devils. 14 seconds to go. Got to get open. It comes into Gallagher. Gallagher will get it to Jazz, and she will set up once again at the horn. Pick on ball. Jazz. Little Kobe fadeaway, no. Ball comes to Burns. She'll run. Leather souffle there. Was probably going to be a pass as Case was all alone under the bucket. So Cards were fortunate on that transition opportunity. 38-32, Bishop Guertin will head into the final 8 minutes of this one. A 6-point Cardinal advantage. So you look at the defense and what it creates there for those Cardinals, and that when you create turnovers, you create easy opportunities. Bouvier Prepare specializes in preparing student athletes for the college application process. They take the chaos and confusion out by meeting one-on-one with you, prepping you for college coach emails and camps, and consult every step of the way until you sign your letter of intent. Be prepared with Bouvier Prepare. And you can reach Bouvier Prepare at bouvierprepare@gmail.com. That's BOUVIER prepare@gmail.com. All right. So we'll start this fourth quarter with the Cardinals up 38-32. We thought it would be this kind of a game. And you've been treated to a special one here tonight from the campus of Salem High School. It'll be Blue Devil ball right in front of us. George to do the honors, marked up on the inbounds by Pizzetti. And getting it inbounds to Murray. Murray from the right side. Rosario marking her up. Getz tries to go baseline. And I think that one is going to go against Dufo. They're going to call her for a block. So touch foul there. That'll be Hawley's third. And partial buzzer. So Dufo will come out. Coming back in is Drapo. So each player with 3 fouls. So obviously they want to get Drapo in for some size on the glass. Comes over the top, and Drapo with authority knocks one away into the stands. Murray to do the honors. Ball comes in and pressured there by Rosario and Regan. Regan comes away with the steal. 7:46 in the corner. Pizzetti thought about it. She runs. Trying to save it there was Gallagher. Now we'll talk about what the Cardinals have on the floor here. You have Drapo and Gallagher on the floor. Your 2 bigs simultaneously. So Pizzetti with the quick hands trying to force the issue. Court. So Orlando said it went off of a Blue Devil leg, but to no avail. Into the corner it comes, giving up the baseline there. Got to be careful. Step back. No. Offensive rebound. Gallagher going to get called for the foul. And just a step slow there. And that will be Maggie's third foul. And the second team foul. So timeout called here by Coach Oliver. Going to set something up for the out-of-bounds play. Need to come away with some points here if you're Salem on this possession. Are you an athlete or parent of an athlete looking to play sports in college? The Highlight Guy has helped over 100 athletes get recruited. We create highlight videos that help you get noticed by college coaches. To see our work, go to our YouTube channel or visit thehighlightguy.com. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or commercial property? If so, contact Deb Cody at Keller Williams at 603-689-6025 or email her at debdcody@kw.com for a complimentary comparative market analysis. Licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and now Massachusetts. Let Deb Cody go above and beyond to help you realize your real estate goals. All the way, nice play set up. No, it was a good look there for Case. She couldn't get it to drop. Drapo now looking for help. Regan will flash the high elbow, no. And Jazz will set things up on the far side. Pick on ball by Pizzetti. She does not roll through. She's looking to send another screen to Regan. Regan crossover dribble. Instead of driving, she'll fire and knock down a triple. That's a big bucket for Regan. Good help by Drapo. The runner is no good. Drapo cleans the glass. She'll run. Fired it and tried to thread the needle, and as a result, all alone back the other way, and a chance for a three-point play. So an ill-advised trying to floor. Hope she's okay. She's not. She's hurting. And trainer will come out and take a look. She gets up slowly. Hope she's all right. She'll get a nice round of applause from the folks here in attendance. Lillian George, she had a chance for a three-point play, so someone's going to have to take that free throw. That foul going to go against Pizzetti. So Cardinals got a little aggressive, a little selfish there, trying to get that transition bucket. As coming in and taking the free throw will be Gabrielle Mosto. And a couple of cards will check in, a couple will check out. Long and Dufo will check back in. Pizzetti and Gallagher are now out. And as mentioned, Mostow will take George's free throw. She calmly knocks it down. Mostow standing up behind the bench. Hope she's okay. She's moving around. We'll see if she can come back in. Dufo loses the dribble. Oh, backdoor opportunity there, but just missing it. And they were looking for a pick and roll. And I'll tell you what, the Cards are very lucky there as Dufo was setting the pick for Long but didn't roll. And that's going to be a foul on Case. That's her first. So the Blue Devils, like their namesake, turning up the heat here just a little bit. Jazz, left-hand dribble, the one dribble, and just out of sorts right now, this Cardinal team offensively. They get it down underneath the Drapo. She finally looks to the hoop, and she'll get hacked in the act. A good job of feeding her down on that low block. That foul will go against Mosto. So that's her third foul, the second on the team. Drapo to the line. That Rainmaker is good. She'll get a second. And good to see George check back in as Mostow will head back to the bench. That shot is off, and you can hear Drapo say, It's off, it's off, it's off. But I think they're calling a lane violation. And so it will be Salem ball. Got to be careful there. And the Devils have the numbers. And the runner is good. They beat the pressure up the floor, and that is Lillian George. So she checks back in and makes her presence known immediately with a dribble drive to the hoop. 42-37, Dufo downtown, Yahtzee. Pressure comes from the Cardinals. They have the numbers. Got to be careful if you're Drapo not to get called for that blocking foul. And just, you got to understand the situation of the game here and not give up silly fouls. That's the 4th team foul on Guertin. And it will go against Long. That's her 3rd. Case trying to get the ball in, does. Able to find Getz. Crossover dribble. Over to George, now in the corner. Case will circle through. Here comes the help, and a nice job and a good feed. That should be a jump ball. I think they're going to call it on the ground. No, they're going to say a foul. Oh, my. So Burns going to head to the line for a pair, and I'll tell you what happened there. You had a dribble drive. Drapo had to come over with the help defense and a good roll to the basket by Burns. And good recognition feeding the open player. Burns knocks down the first. The net barely moved on that one. Pizzetti will check in for Long, who now has the 4 fouls. Burns will get a second. She has 3 points, trying to get her 4th here. In and out, and going up for that one was Pizzetti. She doesn't have the numbers. We'll see if she pulls back. Wise move by the senior. Out to Jazz. Drapo now, as the cheer for defense comes from the Salem bench. Drapo, her path to the basket was cut off. A good job by the Salem defenders. Back up to Jazz. There's no shot clock here. You can regroup. You do have to get it out in 5 seconds, so reset. Pizzetti in the corner. Good patience by the Cardinal offense. They'll flash through. Tried to force it. Regan was double teamed. And another turnover. And back the other way. Thrown up and no good. We'll see who he calls this one on. That foul is going to go against Dufo. That's her 4th. But more importantly, the 6th team foul with 4:36 to go. Missing the first is George. She will get a second. She has 13 points here in the game thus far. Trying to get point number 14. And she does. And a timeout called. It'll be a full timeout by the Blue Devils. Bouvier Prepare specializes in preparing student athletes for the college application process. They take the chaos and confusion out by meeting one-on-one with you, prepping you for college coach emails and camps, and consult every step of the way until you sign your letter of intent. Be prepared with Bouvier Prepare. You can contact Bouvier Prepare at BOUVIER prepare@gmail.com. So let's set the scene for you here. 4th quarter, 45-39 Cardinals. And it has been a game of runs. And we thought it would be this type of a basketball game. The Cardinals trying to get win number 5. The Blue Devils trying to cement themselves as a potential dark horse in the race for the top 4. Referee explaining that Pizzetti can run the baseline on a made free throw. She takes a couple of steps and finds Dufo. Dufo with the 4 fouls. Got to call timeout. Got to get it over the half court. We'll see if she calls it. She doesn't. Regan has the ball now. They can reset. They don't have to rush it. Well done by the Cards. Regan. Oh. And Mosto doesn't like that one. I got to say I agree. That's a touch foul there as Gabriella will pick up her 4th. Long will check back in. Pizzetti will check back out. Regan will do the honors. Guarded on the inbounds by Getz. Bounce pass comes into Long. Mosta will check her. Regan will now have the ball, and she will work against Getz. Jazz, right-hand dribble, goes over the top to Dufo. Got to be careful there. She was falling out of bounds. Little jumper from the foul line, no. Ball rolls around, and Long comes away with the board. Cards can take their time and get a good shot here. Regan. It's a good job by the Cards on the offensive glass to keep that ball alive. Bounce pass, high elbow. And back up it comes to Regan. Back to Jazz now. Drapo will flash through, no ball. Dufo loses the handle. They're going to call an offensive foul, and it's a good call. She threw her shoulder in on that one. That's going to close the book on Dufo. That is her 5th. Balcony Muppets agreeing here with that one as offensive foul. Gallagher will check in. Dufo will check out. That'll close the book on her. She had 16 tonight, including 3 3-pointers. Regan now marking up Getz. The runner, kick back, top of the key. No, rebound taken by Drapo. Doesn't have the numbers, she'll pull back and wait. Finds Regan. Cards can be patient here. And a timeout called by Coach Orlando. It'll be a full timeout. So this is a game of momentum, a game of shifts. And even though the Cards are up by 6 here, it doesn't feel like they have the momentum in this one. It feels like they're trying to hang on and not lose rather than trying to finish this thing off and win. We'll look at the foul situations. This has gotten completely out of hand as the Cardinals have 7, count them, 7 team fouls. So any foul here will send Salem to the line. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils only have 3. So they can afford to be aggressive and go for those steals because they can give up one without worrying about sending the Cards to the line. So we'll see if free throws become an issue. And as I look at my my ledger here and I look at Salem's free throws, it looks like my SAT, except this one has a lot of correct answers on it. They were 9 out of 12 in the first half were the Blue Devils, and 5 out of 6 here in the second half. So a pretty good shooting percentage by the Blue Devils. On the other side of the ledger, Cards are 3 out of 6 in the second half, and we're 6 for 8 in the first half. So the Blue Devils will make you pay from the charity stripe. You don't want to foul them too far away from the basket. We'll see if Coach Oliver amps up the defensive pressure here on this inbounds pass. And he will. Good switch defensively. Ball comes into Jazz, marked up closely. George applying the pressure. Now Regan. Back to Drapo. Pressure comes out on Drapo. Back to Jazz. Regan. Good patience now. Back to Long. Top of the key. She'll circumnavigate the globe. And the Cards with 2:56 to go, working the ball around. Drapo now. And again, the Blue Devils can foul. They can foul. It will not cost them. But they're hoping for a turnover. Regan now. Skip back over to Jazz. Back up top to Drapo. They got to come out. They do. 30 seconds have run off the clock since the Cardinals have inbounded the ball. Got to move your feet. Pick on ball. That one nearly stolen. Regan now. Looking for a flasher. Can't find her, but will find Jazz at the top of the key. Jazz now. Back to Long. Long. We'll see if Coach Oliver calls a foul. They can be aggressive. Ball comes over the top, nearly stolen there. Regan to Gallagher. Good heads-up play by the Cardinals. Jazz thought about it, skip pass, back to Regan. We're at 2 minutes. What a possession. Almost stolen again. Cards living dangerously, and that's a good foul. That's a good foul by George because it's not a free throw situation. You force the Cardinals to have to get the ball past inbounds. But I'll tell you, you look at the last minute or so, Cardinals just passing the ball around. We'll see if Salem can come away with something here. They get it in and nearly stolen it. I'll tell you what, Getz can't believe it. I can't either. I think Jazz had her hand on that one. Cards lucky there. You'll watch that one back on the replay on the highlight guy. And a little battle going on here between Burns and Drapo. Bodies bumping into each other. It comes into the backcourt to Jazz. At half court, the trap comes, and this one will put Jazz at the free throw line. Great high school basketball action here in the state of New Hampshire. Two teams trying to vie for that second tier in the playoffs. That foul will go against George. That's her third. And heading to the line will be Rosario. Rosario back irons the first. She'll get a second. If she misses, huge rebound here for the Blue Devils. But you don't want to foul if you're the Cardinals. Make them go all 94 feet. Short on that one. Cards will fall back. 0 for 2 for Rosario. She has not scored here in the second half. Good help defense there by Gallagher. Ball comes in the paint, nearly stolen. This is George now. George, a three-point shot. Front iron, no. Oh, and a little body there. That one's going to go against George as she banged into Long. It was a good look for Lillian. Front iron that one. Salem expending a lot of energy on the defensive side of things. That three-pointer came up just a tad short as Maddie Long will head to the line. It hasn't been a pretty game, Steve. You know, you came to this game has turned into kind of like a rock fight. One out of two, and a Drapo rebound gets it back to Gallagher. She loses the handle. No call. They're going to say it was on the baseline, so could have been called for a carry maybe prior to that. Long went 1 out of 2. We're going to see Case check back in, and Burns will get a break. Case hit a big three-pointer earlier here in the second half. And 1:25 to go, 46-39, driving to the basket, the runner in the lane. Regan had her hands up. Referee's going to call a pushing foul. So anytime you can stop the clock and score, that is a benefit if you are behind. Getz will head to the line for a pair. Nice make there by the junior. She has 6 points on the evening, going for number 7. That's the third foul on Regan. Missing that one, Gallagher cleans the glass. You don't have the numbers, and a smart move by Long. You'll see three Devils converge, and before the timeout can be had, they're going to call that one on Case. That'll be her second, but I'll say this about that. Not a bad foul. Long went 1 out of 2. That rainmaker is true. She'll get a second. Do not foul on the miss. 2 out of 2. No soup for you. Ball comes inbounds to George. Forcing the issue now. Salem going to have to start. The runner, block shot, leather souffle. Blue Devils will set something up. We'll see what Coach Oliver calls. Says Pizzetti will check back in for some defensive pressure. Long, 3 out of 4 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter here. Got to get it in over the top. They had it guarded, and fortunate to get it into Murray. Murray now, right-hand dribble, top of the key. 64 seconds to go. It comes to George into the corner, and it was the right person. It was a good look. Case had a good look at it, and a little shove there, but you have no choice at that point if you're the Blue Devils. Really quiet in here, Steve. I'm getting an eerie feeling. They're going to be waiting for me out in the parking lot. Talking about the Guertin fans. Jazz going to head to the line for a pair. She missed her last two. See, it works in reverse. If I say she missed her last two, then she makes it, I guess. I don't know. Gallagher will check out. They'll bring in Long. Also checking back in is Burns for some rebounding power there. Two out of 2 for Jazz. And she has 8 on the night. Timeout called. 50-40, 56.2 seconds to go. It's only a 30-second timeout called by BG. So you have to believe what Coach Orlando is talking about in the huddle is, look, we don't want to give any bad fouls that could put them at the line, especially for 3 free throws or for anything under the hoop. You never want to give the team a chance to score when the clock is not running. And we're going to look back at that possession a couple of minutes ago when the Cardinals ran off about a 1.5-minute court set. And they got fortunate a couple times. There were a couple of lazy passes that were nearly picked off. Now we'll see if they roll the ball in to conserve time, and as a result, Pizzetti will force the issue. Good move there, because they just would have rolled that ball up the court. Pizzetti's going to make Getz have to work for 94 feet. Back up top, it comes to Murray into the corner. It's a good look for Case. No. And that ball will go out of bounds. They're going to say it went off of George. So we'll see some full court pressure being employed here by Coach Ricky Oliver's Salem Blue Devils. And is there a play to combat it? They come into Pizzetti. They won't guard her. They'll try to trap. She'll come back to the middle. They'll reverse it. Foul's going to come. You could get a 10-second violation here if you don't get it over. And a foul called at the 8-second mark of 10. And that one's going to go against Murray. I don't think Coach Oliver can believe it. I don't think I can either. So Cardinals very, very fortunate there. Jazz to shoot a pair. Front irons the first. She'll get a second. .3 seconds left. One out of 2 for Rosario. She has 9 on the night. Ball comes in. Murray now. Blue Devils going to have to make something happen. Don't foul. Up, a miss. A nice job on the glass. And the bucket is by Mosto. And another foul going to send Long to the line. 23 seconds now. Didn't catch the number on that foul. And that's going to be the 5th foul on Lillian. So the junior will foul out here. I believe she did, yes. Long hits the first. Book will close on George. Has 14 points unofficially as Long knocks down the second. So good free throw shooting by the Cards in the fourth quarter here. Long 5 out of 6 in the fourth frame. Got to take that shot. Gets crossover dribble in the lane. The runner hacked in the act there by Pizzetti. So it's going to be Lindsay to the line for a pair. 12.2 seconds left. 11-point advantage. Make that 10. Chance to knock it down to 9. We fully expect to see full court pressure here if there's a make. And if not, a battle for the board. 2 out of 2 for Getz. Ball comes in quickly, knocked away. Good defense there by Murray. 53-44 Cards. Got to get it in. It comes into Drapo, back to Long, 8 seconds, 7. They won't foul here, I don't think. They'll just try to steal it. Good if it goes. And that will do it. Final from Salem High School. The Bishop Guertin Cardinals 53. The Salem Blue Devils 44. And it wasn't a pretty one, no doubt about it. And I'm talking about the broadcast, Steve. I was all over the place today. I was out of my comfort zone. You know, I was out of the pocket. I didn't do my job. But a good physical game down on the floor by both of these teams. And certainly Guertin inching closer to a potential playoff spot. They'll move to 5-5 on the season. Meanwhile, this Salem Blue Devil team will fall to 7-4. And we'll see if Coach Orlando, I don't know if she wants to get a post-game interview here. I don't even know where Coach Orlando went, to be honest with you. I don't know if I get a thumbs up or a thumb down. So we'll take a look at the scoring for both teams here. And I don't know if there'll be any players left anyway as they're all exiting the building here. So Guertin will head to the locker room, winning this one, and it was a good one, 55-44. And Elvis has left the building. So let's take a look at the final statistics here in this one. For the Cardinals, they move to 5-5 with a hard-fought game here. Both of these teams wanted to win that one, no doubt about it. Salem High School, 44 points, and both of these teams shooting well from the free throw line here tonight. And I think that's the number I want to focus on. We'll start with the Blue Devils. They were 9 out of 12 in the first half. 8 for 10 in the second half. So real good free throw shooting for the Blue Devils. And what does Guertin do? They go 6 out of 8 in the first half. And 11 for 18 in the second half. So not as good a percentage, but keeping pace. Wow, what a game. I'm exhausted. So let's talk about what is next for both of these teams. This Salem team will be at North February 2nd for a 6:30 tip-off. Coach Oliver visiting the home of the Titans, where he was a head coach prior to coming here to Salem. So a homecoming of sorts. That should be a good one. Salem will look to get back on track against a very tough and much improved Nashua North team. Meanwhile, this Bishop Guertin team will play next this Saturday versus Mercy High School. It'll be a 3 o'clock tip-off as the out-of-staters come into town and look to knock off the Cardinals. The Cardinals have won their last 3 in a row and look to make it 4 against Mercy on Saturday at 3 o'clock. It wasn't a pretty one. There were turnovers. There were lots of yelling and screaming, most of it by me up here in the booth. But I got to tell you, a great hard-fought win. You got to win the pretty ones. You got to win the ugly ones. And this turned into a bit of a rock fight in the end because you have 2 very even, very good teams. And I think they're both in the conversation for that second tier after your Bedfords, your Pinkertons, and your Portsmouths. Anything can happen on any given night. So congratulations to the Cardinals as they move to 5-5 on the season. Coach Ricky Oliver and his Blue Devils fall to 7-4, but not the last we will hear from Coach Oliver and this Salem High School team. Want to thank Scott Nsinga, the athletic director here at Salem High School, for hooking us up, setting us up here in the stands. Always good to see him. And want to thank you all for watching from around the globe, watching us here on The Highlight Guy. This is Jason Roby from my broadcast partner, Steve Cody, reminding you that it's not the critic who counts, but definitely tonight you could count on the critic. Have a good evening, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday.